Good morning. As you probably know, Storm Ciarán is arriving tonight, and we have Met Office amber wind warnings in place for tomorrow. We'll go through those in just a moment. Because we actually have weather warnings in place this morning. It's been another wet night across Northern Ireland, wet and windy conditions across the southeast. Pretty grim on the roads here this morning with a lot of spray and surface water. The weather for today is broadly sunshine and showers, the main exception being Scotland, where it'll be a much wetter day compared to yesterday with some snow on the hills. Then we'll see the showers developing elsewhere, tending to move through on a fairly brisk wind, but the showers will be heavy when they come along, and then there'll be a little bit of sunshine in between those downpours. And when the sun's out, temperatures will stumble into the low teens, but feeling cooler, certainly with that wet and windy weather across northern Scotland, and feeling cooler as the winds start to strengthen, and that is the first sign that Storm Ciarán is on the way. The wind's really strengthening in the southwest through this afternoon and into this evening. Here is that storm system. It's been intensifying way out in the Atlantic overnight, but it's still picking up strength as we go through this morning. The isobars still popping out of it, reaching peak intensity later today out to the southwest, but then arriving on our shores tonight and then lingering through much of Thursday. Even hasn't fully cleared by Friday. Look at the number of isobars on the chart, really squeezing together here on its southern flank. Still a bit of a question mark about exactly how far north or how far south it goes, and that is crucial in determining exactly where the strongest winds will be. If we rewind and look at the winds likely to be generated from this storm system, they really pick up this evening across the south coast, but then intensify further as the storm itself heads into southern England in the southwestern quarter of the storm. Really gusty conditions, perhaps for parts of Pembrokeshire, but particularly down across southwest England and into northern France and the Channel Isles. But then as the storm heads its way further east, those strong winds transfer along the south coast. We could see a real squeeze there through the English Channel. So the warnings we have in place, the amber warnings for tomorrow, gusts of 70 to maybe 80 miles an hour, perhaps even a little more in some exposed places. In the southwestern corner, really on Thursday morning, but then strengthening through the day along the south coast a little further east. We do have a yellow, broader weather warning. Remember, there is still a bit of uncertainty. If the storm's a little further north, these warning areas could change. But in this yellow warning area, gusts even inland of 50 miles an hour, and certainly 60 or maybe a little bit more on some coasts and hills. What do those numbers mean? Well, certainly we're expecting some very large waves from this storm system as it moves in, likely to cause some structural damage, bringing branches down, damage to buildings, creating flying debris, and we are expecting disruption to the transport network, as you might imagine, from the storm as it moves in during tonight and lasting for most of Thursday. We also have the rain to consider. Because it's been so very wet, this storm is going to generate further bands of heavy and persistent rain that are likely to cause more disruption. So again, a number of Met Office yellow warnings in place. Check our app or our website for the details of all of those. Let's take a look at how the storm moves in then. During tonight, we'll start to see the wet weather spreading into southwest England, then Wales, then across the Midlands, and then, well, just this big swirl swamping England and Wales by first thing tomorrow morning. The rain at the same time across Scotland clears, so it'll turn a bit chilly here, and so we'll see some drier weather for a time across parts of Northern Ireland. So again, with some clearer skies here, may turn a little fresh with temperatures down to single figures. Mid to single figures across much of the south, maybe even double digits in the far south. But it's really here all about the wind and the rain. A very, very blustery start to Thursday, particularly South Wales and southwest England. Look at that swirl there. Just the heavy rain continues to feed into northeast England, southeast Scotland, parts of North Wales, and bands of heavy showers then just become slow moving as that storm kind of does grind to a halt during the course of Thursday afternoon. Parts of northwest Scotland getting away with a largely fine day, although we'll see some rain in the east of Northern Ireland where we don't need it. Further west across Northern Ireland, again, much of the day may well be dry, fine and sunny, but far from that elsewhere. And temperature-wise, 10 to maybe 13 Celsius across the south, feeling colder than it has done for sure with all the wind and the rain. And that storm system, as I say, still lingering in parts of the east even into Friday before it fully clears, and there's more wet and windy weather to come as we head into the weekend. For more on that, check out our deep dive Best way to do that, the only way to watch our deep dive, in fact, is on YouTube, so make sure you hit subscribe. There's lots more information, including how to prepare for storms, on our website, where you can also check out full details of those weather warnings.